Hey, it's Chris, and welcome back. As you can see, it's been about 30 minutes, give or take, since the last video. As you can see, clicks are starting to roll in. 21 clicks so far, paying 34 cents a click. Spent $7, and my average position is 5.87. So basically what that means is in the Bing results, I'm an average position of 5. The lower the number, the better. So if you're in a 1, 2, or 3, usually to get there, you have to bid higher. Typically, but the lower the number on the average position basically is better. So with that being said, let's take a look at ClickMagick. Now it's normal for Bing to be delayed or the numbers not to match up. So if your ClickMagick tracking is not matching up, that's completely normal. As you can see, I have 22 unique clicks and Bing is showing 21. So that's fine. Bing is usually a little bit delayed. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything. I'm going to click on that, and I can see what people are searching. Okay. Now this is all great and dandy. We see people are typing in the following keywords: survey money, survey, paid surveys online, work plus home plus jobs has got the most traction. All right. Only thing we're missing in a direct linking campaign is our pixel. We're going to talk about the Postback pixel right now and how you add that. All right. So let's go ahead and I'll tell you how to add the Postback pixel. Now, I'm going to show you two scenarios with the pixels. One is when you have your own landing pages or your own, where you have control of the pages, editing the HTML, and the other is when you're in a network. So, since we're using Max Bounty in this example, I'm still on this offer, my survey US right here. So, what you're looking at here in Max Bounty is the callback type. You can set the default in your profile tab, or if you want to override it for this individual campaign, like I'm going to do right now, you can just do URL, any campaign tracking type, and you're going to put your callback code here, which is basically your postback or your pixel. This says it supports pixel tracking, but you can also use just a regular postback URL. So if that doesn't make any sense, or if you're new to that, excuse me, if you're new to Postback pixels, basically here's what a Postback pixel is going to do for you. It's basically a way for when you get a conversion from a certain keyword, for example, let's say survey plus money, and you get a conversion, that's going to report back to the network that you got a conversion, and it's also going to show, hey, that this is the keyword that generated the conversion. It's going to show up under the A, which stands for actions. UC is your unique clicks. TC is total clicks. So, you have people that click more than once sometimes on your ad, which is usually why this number is greater for TC. Sometimes they'll be the same, but usually TC is greater. So here's very simple in ClickMagick. If you want to grab your Postback, go to Tools, and they have this Postback Builder. I'll go ahead and grab that. I really like this because it's super easy. You select your affiliate network. They have all the big ones in there. They have Cash Network, CPA Way, Max Bounty. So let me show you the Cash Network one. If you're in Cash Network, you're going to click Generate Postback URL, and that's it. You just copy and paste it as is and put it into your Cash Network Postback URL for the offer. So we're in Max Bounty, so we're going to generate it. All I have to do is copy it, and I'm going to come over to Max Bounty and then just select there, click Paste, and click Save. And that's all I have to do. So now Max Bounty, the network, is now talking with ClickMagick. So when I do save that, there we go, your callback URL has been saved. And now when I start getting conversions, it's going to report back to this. All right, so what if you're using your own funnel? I'm going to give you an example, and Jason's going to be going over this later in the training as well as he walks you through setting this funnel up. This is one of my funnels. I'm revealing it to you. It's a work from home funnel and tons of traffic. I go after a bunch of keywords and I get tons and tons of traffic to this, and I actually still run this because it's still effective today. And this is something that you can implement and set up and start profiting with. Once again, Jason will be walking you through that. So I'm going to go through the funnel and just kind of show you. It's a multi-step funnel that I built in InstaBuilder that you take your prospect to. My terms of service, privacy policy, contact us. So in this case, here I'm generating the lead, and let's say, hey, I just want to tell, basically ClickMagick or Bing, whatever, right? I want to tell ClickMagick that when I get a conversion, I want it to track on the thank you page. So this is a little bit of different setup. Instead of using the Postback URL like we used it before, I'm going to go to my thank you page, which I have control of. And this is my thank you page. Oops. For some reason it didn't load. It's okay. I will go in and manually type it in. This is my thank you page right here. So what I'm going to do on this page then, let me log into the training here. Let me log into the WordPress. Perfect. So let me refresh this page. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and click Edit Page. And then what I can do is I then can go over here to my URL. I can go to Track Conversions. And then I can add in a sales tracking pixel. So the only difference between the action tracking pixel and the sales tracking pixel is the value here. So if you want to put a value or assign a value to each opt-in, such as $5, $10, you can put the amount in there. Typically, I don't do that unless it is a sales campaign. So we're just going to grab the action tracking pixel because we just want to convert when it converts to a lead, when we get a lead. And we're going to go over here to Page Settings. And then, oops, actually scripts and codes, my bad. And then looks like I already have the pixel there, but you're just going to paste your pixel in there and save. And so if I was running traffic through the funnel, when the user opts in and I generate a lead, I'm now tracking every time a lead is generated, right? Because I want to track, in this funnel, I want to track which keywords are generating the lead. And then if I had my tracking set up to this particular funnel, every time I get a conversion, it's going to show up here. So if you're running direct linking through the network, you're going to want to set your Postback URL like I just showed you. Very, very simple. There's a lot of training in ClickMagick that walks you through more in depth than what I just showed you, but just know that you can go to Tools and you can go to Postback Builder. And there's even a Postback Debugger, a Pixel Tester, so they have some great tools back here. If you notice something in common, ClickMagick has a tool section, so does Bing, and they're both very, very powerful resources depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Very simple, you build it. Now, if your affiliate network is not listed, you can learn how to build it by following the documentation in the affiliate network. But they have all the major ones in here, like Max Bounty, Peerfly, Neverblue, so you should be good. You just choose your network, generate it, and it's good to go. Pretty much ready to use out of the gate. So make sure you do that. It's very, very important. And then, you can see clicks are coming in. So we have our tracking set up successfully. Then what I can do, I'm going to go back over to Bing Ads. We got everything set up correctly now. I'm going to go back to my survey example. And the reason why my budget's paused is because I only left it at $5 a day. So it did use that $5 very quickly. So I'm just going to bump this up to $15 and save it. So I got, not too bad. I got 21 clicks for roughly, I think it spent a little bit over my budget. That's normal. Sometimes Bing will spend a little bit over. I spent $7.11 for 21 clicks. So, 34 cents a click is not too bad. And man, that went really, really fast. Okay. Here's where you can look at your keywords. I'm all broad right now. I can see that, work home jobs is generating a lot of traffic, and that's a good keyword. I would just have to see if it's converting based on my offer. Okay, another thing I want to show you back here in Bing is you can do what's called negative keywords. So if you go back over here and you go to negative keywords, you can add keywords that are actually hurting you overall. So after you look at your tracking and reporting, and you let your ads run, because you want to let your ads run for a few days to get some data, maybe longer, and you want to see what's not converting. So maybe you notice that there's a lot of people searching free online jobs or free, and you notice that the word free is not converting for your particular offer. So you can come over here to add negative keywords, and you can go and type in free, which is going to be a phrase match, or you can do just like this, free, which is going to be exact. Okay, so if you don't want free to show up at all, you can just put free. Maybe you don't want scam showing up or anything, anything negative, stuff like that. So you can start filtering out the keywords. Maybe let's just say the word paid survey wasn't converting for you, you could take out paid survey, or maybe work home jobs wasn't converting. You could put that in there. And then you can either do phrase or you can do keyword. Phrase is going to be more broad. This is going to be exact. So if you have an exact match, let's just say someone's typing work from home jobs, and maybe that phrase is not converting, you can set it to exact, and then you just click save. So it's important to build your negative keyword list just as well as you're looking over your data. And once again, all your data is going to be in here by clicking on the number. And you can see if you click on the unique clicks, it's going to show you the IP addresses, all US traffic, this is mobile, all that great stuff. So there's just a lot of information that you can see back here. It even tells you the browser, Windows, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of information back here, and then you just refresh. ClickMagick tracking is typically in real time. Bing is usually delayed. So once again, it's normal if things don't completely match up. All right, so to do a recap, if you're using a network and you're direct linking, you're going to want to use the Postback pixel. You can still use the Postback pixel if you're not direct linking. That's still going to communicate back to the network. But if you're building your own funnel and you want to track which is converting to leads, you're going to put your pixel on the thank you page of your funnel. And every time somebody opts in, you're going to say, hey, look, maybe Get Paid Survey is generating the most leads. And then what you can start to do as you scale your campaign is you start increasing the bids on your winning keyword. So if there's a particular keyword that's generating a 70% opt-in rate, because this has happened on some of my keywords, if you see a particular keyword that's generating a really high opt-in rate, you can increase the bid on that particular keyword or create more keywords around it in a new ad group. Okay? And you can keep building out the campaign that way. So make sure you use negative keywords. Very important, free, scam. In fact, I'll go back while we're here and I'll just go ahead and add free and scam. And you build out your negative keyword list based on your data, right? Because every campaign is different. If I go look at my ads, as you can see, this one just as I predicted, got the best results. Well, actually, this one did really well. This got a very good click-through rate. So CTR is your click-through rate. The higher the click-through rate, the better, 3.45%. Typically, anything over a 1% click-through rate is actually pretty good. So if you're running a campaign and you're getting less than 1%, you may want to evaluate your targeting, your ad copy, different things like that. But this is a very good click-through rate, 3%. And you can see, because I got such a high click-through rate, my cost per click was lower. Where this one, because my click-through rate wasn't as good, I ended up paying 44 cents a click. This one was decent, 37 cents a click. So this is generating the lowest cost per click. I'm getting 25-cent clicks. I generated 8 clicks at 25 cents a piece and only spent $2. So what you can do as you start analyzing your data is you can start pausing, the ads that are not performing very well. But then again, make sure you're always looking at your data to see, okay, well, which ad ID is performing the best. You want to see all that good stuff. All right, trying to think if I'm missing anything. And then if you're building your own pages, make sure you have the terms of service, privacy policy, opt-in disclaimer. Contact us, you can have that as well. It's not a huge requirement on Bing. I like to put it anyways. Basically, the more you can have in your footer, if you look at other websites, other offers, you'll always notice they have the privacy policy, they have the terms of service. Those are the two big ones. And if you're collecting leads like this funnel, it's good to put an opt-in disclaimer as well. Otherwise, your ads may not be approved. And if you do it repeatedly and you're not including your privacy policy, they can actually shut your account down. So just from experience, make sure you always build this out. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And thanks for watching. Go and get your pixels built out. You're good to go. Now it's really just time to start optimizing your campaign, track what's converting, scale up the keywords, and then create a negative keyword list to anything that's not converting. You can start removing keywords. And the next step that you can do after that is you can take all your winning keywords, and this is what I usually do, is I create an ad group with my winning keywords, and I'll even name it, winning keywords, and I'll do like a phrase match. So instead of going from broad, which is where I initially started to get my data, I got all these keywords, I'm going to go to phrase, and then I'll put in my winning keywords. So maybe my winning keywords are, top 3 survey sites, best paid online surveys. #1 survey site. Okay, I'm just making this up, pretending that I have some data, right? Because it's hard to speed up time. But top 3 survey sites, best paid online surveys, #1 survey site. If that's what's converting for me, I'll make a phrase match type of these, and then I can actually go and just set it to phrase, remove broad, and I can actually do this. If you have a lot of keywords, you don't have to do it manually like this. You can save it and then go and manually edit in one shot, kind of like I showed you with the bids. So that's kind of what you would do from there, is start breaking out your winning keywords, put them into a phrase group. You can even go as far as putting them to exact, because sometimes you get one clear winner, and you might have a keyword where you're spending, $30 a day, turning it into 90, right? You have a keyword you're spending 30 a day, turning it to 90. It's a pretty good ROI, and you can go and scale that up across multiple campaigns. So hope that helps, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.